Hey WordPress users! Welcome to WP Interactions. In this video, you will learn how to use WP Interactions to make calculations on your WordPress website. There are various website use cases that would need calculations, like a simple interest calculator or unit conversions. WP Interactions comes with various data handling actions such as getting data from an attribute, getting values from inputs, updating post metadata, and more. You can use these to make functional interactions on your website. But for now, we will show you two ways to make calculations on your WordPress website using WP Interactions. First, you can create calculations just by running arithmetic JavaScript codes. Here's an example. We have here a service code table where users can select and deselect services and see an estimated total. How we're going to tackle this is we're going to add a variable to our page and assign it with a number. When a button is toggled on, a price amount is added to the variable, and when the same button is toggled off, the price is then subtracted from the variable. We've already added the calculations in the first few buttons. Let me show you how it's done using this last button. Opening this in the editor, let's add a click toggle interaction to this button. In the toggle on action timeline, add a run custom JavaScript action. In the action properties, let's add our code. This is just a simple JavaScript code that sets the variable window.total to 0 if it doesn't already exist, and then adds 30 to this variable. 30 here represents the price of the service. Now we're just adding another JavaScript code that will return this value as a currency. In the reference ID property, let's call this total so we can reference this in our next action, which is replace text. In the new text field, click on the lightning icon, and that's where we'll see the reference ID we assigned earlier. Select this. Now in the applied to property, select block and click on the target selector button and select the paragraph block, which will display our new value. Now just set the starting time to 0 so the text will display immediately. Now let's select these two actions and hit Command C to copy. Moving on to the toggle off action timeline, let's hit Command V to paste the actions. Open the custom JavaScript action we just pasted and replace plus with the minus sign. Hit save, and let's preview this in the front end. We're done with our calculation. Now why don't we add some customizations to provide visual click feedback. When the button is toggled on, we want the background color to change to solid black. Then the text to be white. Now when the button is toggled off, we want it to go back to its original state. That's how you can create calculations using only JavaScript codes. Now you can also use values from inputs with a combination of JavaScript to make calculations. Here's the unit conversion calculator. When you type in a number in this input field and click the button, it should convert the number. Here's how to do it. We use HTML and CSS to create this input field. If you want to use the same, you can find the code in the video description box. We assigned this input with a class called kilogram, and we're gonna call this CSS class in our actions later on. But first, we're going to add the click interaction to this button. In the action timeline, add the get value from input action. Let's assign it with a reference ID. Now we'll call the CSS class of our input field here. Next, let's add the Run Custom JavaScript action, and in the action properties, click the lightning button. Here, we'll find the reference ID of the value from our input field. Select this and now just add the conversion formula. Assign this action with a new reference ID and set the starting time to 0. Finally, add the replace text action. Select the reference ID in the new text field Then let's apply it to the block we'll use to display the converted number. Now just set the starting time to 0, hit save, and you are done. We've just created a conversion calculator using an input field. And there you go! We've just shown you 2 ways to create a calculator on your WordPress website using WP interactions. Whether you're using JavaScript to calculate totals for a service quote or building a unit conversion tool with input fields, WP interactions makes it easy to add dynamic and interactive features to your site. Thanks for watching!